Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi, thank you for joining us today for our Foundation Friday program. Today we are looking at the backstory of Reverend Catherine Brooks. You may not have heard of her, but I think maybe you should have. This article was written by Reverend Jackie Hawkins and is available to you at unity.org if you would like to have your own copy. The article is titled Reverend Catherine Brooks, a Pioneer Spirit in Unity. Let's find out a little more about her, shall we? When the founder of Unity Temple of Truth set out to pioneer a church that focused on the spiritual needs of African Americans, she understood it was hers to follow the guidance of Spirit. It was hers to tap into the inner wisdom that said, Catherine Brooks, you have been called to serve as a unity minister. There are people who are hungry and need to be fed. You possess the spiritual resources to feed them as only you can. In the 1940s, Catherine Brooks was part of a unity study group in St. Petersburg, Florida, with people who would play key roles in supporting her spiritual vision. There was much that had to be changed in her life for her to bring this divine dream into manifestation. But as scripture says in Luke 12:31, strive for his kingdom and all things will be given to you as well. Reverend Brooks and her husband James, also a member of the study group, accepted the changes that began to stir within her even before she became a minister. One of the first was becoming a leader of the Jordan Park Unity Study Group in March 1956, when Mammy Hughes, the group's leader, became ill. This leadership role continued when, several months later, Mammy Hughes died. In her will, she left a parcel of land at 511 Prescott Street in St. Petersburg, designed as the building site for a new church. It was unclear whether the designation in Mammy Hughes' will expanded Catherine's vision, but shortly thereafter, she began her formal training to become a minister. She understood that some people would think she had no business believing she could do what she was being called to do, but she followed her guidance anyways, with her husband's full support. In January 1957, Catherine and her husband launched a building campaign as they held Sunday services in their garage and continued to pray for the work of Spirit. In the beginning, there was little outside help, but as time passed, more assistance came, including the land that had been designated in Mammy Hughes' will to build a church, the skills to build the church, and the finances as well. As the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. The children, the young adults of the community came. They had been hungry, and here they were fed spiritually. In November 1957, construction on the church was completed, and Unity Temple of Truth was officially registered and recognized by the Association of Unity Churches, with Catherine Brooks as its spiritual leader. However, it was not until June 1960 that Catherine Brooks was ordained as a Unity minister. In the intervening years, she continued to take required courses for ministerial training, traveling to Unity Village in Missouri to do so. In fact, records in the Unity Archive show that during the 1958 August term, Catherine Brooks lived in the same cottage where Reverend Johnny Coleman had lived in 1957. A tribute to Catherine Brooks published in the St. Petersburg Times said, Catherine was Dean of Black Women Ministers. She not only blessed the members of her congregation, she reached out into the community. Catherine started with children. James, her husband of 55 years, built wooden benches and put them in the garage. Each Sunday, she had Sunday school for the children. When it was cold, she brought them into her home. Reverend Catherine Brooks listened to her inner wisdom to guide her and her husband to found and build the Unity Temple of Truth, which was dedicated in 1957. As a result, hundreds, if not thousands, of African Americans in the Tampa Bay area have been led to and sustained by Unity principles. Well, there you have it. That's Reverend Brooks' backstory and a little tribute to the gift she brought into the world. Gifts you bring into the world are equally important. Please remember, you matter. You are sacred, and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.